Hello everybody, welcome to another tarot reading. My name is Amber and this is Earthy Indigo. I hope that you are doing very well today or tonight or whenever it is that you are tuning into this reading. This is a timeless video, so whenever you happen to come across it is when you're meant to hear these messages. Before we jump into the reading, just a few quick announcements. If you want to follow me on social media, the links to that will be listed in the description box below. I have also opened up my website. You can find that at earthyindigo.com. Through the website, you're able to book personal readings with me along with purchase merch. I have one of my shirts on right now, which I'm not sure if you can see. But yeah, I have apparel and homeware and a bunch of different things. It's just a different, unique way of helping to support the channel and also helping me to be able to express my creative side because I am very creative and do more than just tarot readings. So it's also a really easy way to be able to book personal readings with me, although you are still able to email me at earthyindigo88@gmail.com. The links to everything will be listed down in the description box below, along with all the additional information. All right, let's get into this reading. I have attempted to film this like 3 or 4 times now, and I, for some reason, just kept, I just had a really difficult time. So we're just going to jump into this. We're going to start off with the Green Witch Tarot, and then I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot to clarify. I am doing this reading with the intention of it being for those who resonate with being a divine feminine. If you resonate with being a divine masculine, that doesn't mean that this reading isn't for you. There's probably messages here for you as well. And if nothing else, then you can get maybe some insight on your feminine. But it is for those who, it is with the intention of it being for those who resonate with being a divine feminine. Again, that's energies. It doesn't have anything to do with our avatars. It's just if you resonate with the divine feminine. So, okay, I have pre-shuffled, but we're gonna shuffle a few times while we are on camera to get the energy of those who are watching. If you are watching this at the time of upload, then tomorrow is the full moon in Aries. I think it's a harvest full moon. It's a fiery one. I think, wasn't like the last full moon in a fire sign too? I think it was in like Leo. But anyway, that's not really the point. I feel like for some of us in the divine feminines in the collective, we're feeling a little fiery. Maybe speaking some truths. Maybe, you know, standing firm in our boundaries. We'll see what it is. I'm also feeling like some creative energy, also possibly a little bit of frustration. I did get some channeled songs actually. All day long I've been listening to the Eagles. So right before, as I was sitting down to film this, I had Take It to the Limit and Peaceful Easy Feeling by the Eagles pop in my head. And then during like the sitting down of one of the additional takes that I messed up with the intro, I got I think it's the lyrics. I don't know what the name of the song is or who sings it, but I know that I should. It's like where'd all the good people go? I think it might be the Black Eyed Peas. It's like, where'd all the good people go? No, that's not. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, those are your songs. I will try to put the links down in the in the description box. But if I can't find the links, then I'll just put the song and everything. And you can do your own research. But, okay, that sounded harsher than I meant it to be. I didn't mean for that to be harsh. I'm just feeling kind of, I don't know, like anxious right now? Interesting. All right, let's get some messages for the Divine Feminines, please. Let's get a card for just like the current energy of where they are right now. Where we are right now. The High Priestess. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. All right. It's like the perfect card for the Divine Feminine too. I mean, next to like the Empress maybe, but the High Priestess, I love it. Okay. So what I just noticed the cat. There's a cat right here. It blended in so well with her dress. There's black cat in the last reading too. Cats could be significant. Also like something with flowers. I feel like the moon. It's a full moon too on the card. For some of the Divine Feminines, if you're watching this at the time of upload, you are utilizing the energy of this full moon that's coming up. All right, let's get a card on the energies that are around the Divine Feminine right now that they need to be aware of. The High Priest. Wow. It's your Divine Masculine. Well, hello. I guess it was for both. That's interesting. Okay, you could, wow. It's almost like this is, okay, we gotta get more on this. We're just gonna do this, okay? Look at this. Do it this way. You see this from like how I'm seeing it? It's like it's mirroring. They're mirroring each other. But like the High Priest it's daytime, and with the High Priestess it's nighttime. It's the yin and the yang. And the sun is representative of the masculine and the moon is representative of the feminine. Wow. And it's crazy because like if you put it like this, which is the way they were drawn, which would be you know, this one first and then this one, they're not facing each other. But when you flip it, they are. It's like they're in the same spot too, it's just different time. Interesting. Let's get more information. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I want them to face each other. We're gonna switch it. All right, let's get a reading here. All right, let's do this. Because I pulled her for the High Priestess first, I'm gonna put the High Priestess over here, and I'm gonna put the High Priest over here, and we're just gonna pull on that. So let's get some energy for the High Priestess, which would be the Divine Feminine. Wow. The Oak King and the Four of Wands. All right, and what about for the High Priest? The Standing Stone. Interesting. A lot of 11s. And then 7s. We have the Battle Wagon and the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. The Battle Wagon would be the Chariot. The Oak King would be the Hermit. I'm going to set those to the side for a second. So for the High Priestess, we got the Oak King or the Hermit, and then the Four of Wands, so Virgo energy, also Pisces, Cancer energy with the High Priestess. With the High Priest, this would be the Magician. So Aquarius energy here with the High Priest, and then the Standing Stone, number 11. I feel like this is, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm getting a strong sense of the Wheel of Fortune because of the spider. It's like connections, cycles. Everything's connected. Find like thin, because spider web is really like, I want to say flimsy, silky, but it's also very strong, you know, especially if you're a bug. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're a human, it's not going to be, that's not the point. That's not the point. There's a lot of major arcanas here. We're going to clarify. But I feel like we should get one more just for each of them. I'm gonna get like a story. One more for the High Priest, the High Priestess. Okay, thank you. And then one more for the High Priest, please. 8 of Pentacles. And Page of Swords. Page of Swords for the High Priestess. 8 of Pentacles for the High Priest. It feels like you're both working on something. But like differently. So Divine Feminine, you could be getting a new perspective on something. It could have something to do with the twin flame connection. It could have something to do with, for some of you, there's like some sort of celebrations going on. You could be like helping, for some of you, this is interesting message, but for some of you, you could be helping somebody else with like a wedding or like a birthday or a baby shower, like something like that, like some sort of like a family like celebration thing. For others of you, you could be maybe getting a new perspective on something that has to do with that. There's this weird bug on the table. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's like this weird little bug. It makes me think of the Mummy movie. I think it might be a spider. I don't know. I never noticed that before. I kind of don't like it, to be honest with you. It kind of gives me a creepy feeling. And I want to know more about it. We're going to get clarification here. We've also got an owl on the page of swords, and for me the owl is significant to the Divine Feminine. I wonder if it is a spider. And you both got a spider. There's like cycles here. Like a connection. It also says harm none, and there's the scales on the standing stone. So somebody could be a Libra. A lot of air energy. Okay, let's get some clarification. Let's clarify the High Priestess. What is the Divine Feminine brewing in her cauldron? What is she brewing in her cauldron? I kind of almost feel like I should have got another deck to clarify the masculine. Like a different one for each. I do have another deck right there. We'll see. Let's start with the feminine. Why is the High Priestess here? Let's see. What is the Divine Feminine brewing here in her cauldron under the full moon? The Knight of Swords. Okay, so this could be clarity, or it's like this is fast moving energy. The Knight of Swords is fast. It can be reckless too, but he doesn't really seem very reckless in this card. He's on a the horse. It looks like a Frisian, which they're big horses. They are strong enough to carry full body armor into battle. Wait, okay, so is the Divine Feminine strapping up for battle? I'm having the weirdest deja vu right now. This is very interesting. We're gonna roll with this. Okay, clarify the Knight of Swords, please. Wow. First of all, I was wrong by saying the High Priest was the Magician. I think the High Priest is the Hierophant. But I could be wrong on that too. It doesn't really matter. We've got the High Priest and the Magician coming up for the Divine Feminine. What are you doing, Divine Feminine? manifesting something. You're working on something. It's like unlocking. Could be like unlocking secrets. Maybe like doing like a lot of shadow work. Could be balancing out a lot of your, because I'm noticing like on the keys there's a sun and a moon. You could be balancing out a lot of your own like masculine and feminine energies. You've been doing a lot of work here. I feel like whatever it is, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest is is coming in quickly for you, or at the very least, like your healing that you're doing, the work that you're doing is bringing in a lot of manifestations for you. Could be like a lot of opportunities. This is interesting. We're gonna get another deck for the Divine Masculine. This is not what I was expecting for this reading. I didn't pre-shuffle this one. We're gonna clarify the Divine Masculine, please. This is a powerful connection. Like, you're both individually like powerful, which, you know, is not surprising because it's a mirroring, right? So if you're powerful, then they're powerful. If you're psychic, then they're psychic. Like, it would make sense. It does feel like both of you are standing in your power, aware, I don't know, however you want to say it, enlightened. That's probably a good way of saying it. Can we clarify the High Priest for the Divine Masculine, please? Wow. Okay, so King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. We have the King of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Devil, and the Star. There are so many major arcanas here. Like, you both literally only have major arcanas. This is something that is like, it's almost like lifetimes worth of work that you have both been doing on this journey that's like coming to some sort of something in this lifetime. It feels like it's, if like, I'm not saying that, like, you know, if you're in a separation, that reunion's going to happen in this lifetime, but whatever major lessons were supposed to have been like learned or worked through, like, there's something powerful going on here with both of you. You Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, seem to be really like standing in your power. Like, whatever you're doing, whether it's like your career, you're just like, I feel like you're really healing. Like, you could be really spiritual too. You could be doing like manifestations, whatever you want to call it, at nighttime. There could be like a lot of healing being done at nighttime. There could be like a lot of shadow work. You could be drawn to the moon. The moon could hold significant energy for you, power for you. I'm getting the number 8. Something like 8 years or 8 lifetimes or August, or like something about like the number 8. For some of you, it's like 8 tries, 8 times. I don't know what that means. For the masculine, you could be an earth sign, you could be a Capricorn or Aquarius or Gemini. They could be, if you're the feminine that's watching this. It's just interesting for me that we've got the Lovers and the Devil, and they're right next to each other, because the Devil is, it's the Lovers that's chained, that he has chained. So it's almost like, I feel like there could be, like, the masculine could be in a karmic relationship, to be honest. There could be a karmic involved here. That doesn't have to be the case for everybody. A third party doesn't have to be a karmic too. It could be a job, because we also have the King of Pentacles here. This person could be like, and I was feeling that too with the Eight of Pentacles. Like, they're focusing on their, like, pentacles, like their work, and like the Divine Feminine, she's focusing on her, like, her healing. And I think it feels like a lot of like speaking her truths, and like holding boundaries, like seeking wisdom inward, and like universal or divinely, however you want to associate that. It feels like the masculine is more of like in the which, you know, I think is kind of normal for the masculine to be more of like in the 3D, more of in the material. I feel like there's a lot of focus here on the Pentacles. It does feel like the you know, this King of Pentacles is very rooted to his throne, like he's basically like stuck there. So this masculine could be stuck in some sort of a situation. They could be healing some karmas of their own, traumas, karmas, karmic cycles, whatever you want to call it. It feels like they are healing. They could be healing. I want to know more about the Lovers and the Devil. Where are these two here? What's up with that? Okay. It feels like, yeah, like the masculine's moving away from this energy in whatever sense that could be. Now, for some, it's like, it could be like, you know, how do I say this? It could have been that this masculine energy was operating from a wounded area or a wounded energy when it came to love connections or romantic connections, possibly even just like love in all connections, because love is universal and it's not limited to romantic relationships. But it feels like it was probably like in the realm of the romantic relationships. It feels like this person is moving away from that energy, or at least trying to, working on it. A lot of healing. I'm feeling like a lot of healing here with this star. Okay, let's move on. So what is the Oak King and the Four of Wands here? It's like you're, yeah, like I said, Divine Feminine, you are reaping your, it's like, this is karma, but it's like positive karma, you know, because there's no such thing as good and bad. It is pleasant karma. It is because you've been through a lot and you've done a lot of work, and you put in the work, you know, and you're moving past it. It feels like there's a reflection, there's like a mirroring here with that. Pardon me. Throat chakra. Yeah. Speaking a lot of truths. I feel like there's been a lot of truths. What's up with the Oak King and the number 8? Oh my God. It's the Lovers. Oh my goodness. Give me more. Give me more. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. It's like you're letting go. You could be letting go of control. You could be letting go of the outcome. You could be letting go of your masculine, working on yourself. Letting go doesn't mean, you know, that you don't still have love for them and care about them. You could just be Again, like, I'm trying to find the right words. It's like when you come from a place of holding on to something, you can almost like block it, and it's like you're letting go of that. You could also be doing a lot of self-healing, spending time in nature. There's like a strong pull to flowers here. Sorry, I'm just looking at the cards. I'm getting really pulled to the imagery of the lovers, the background, this like garden scene here. There could be something about that. Somebody could have like a garden, or like maybe it's like a public garden, where you like, maybe it's somewhere like where you work or that you go often, and there's like a lot of like rose bushes, like a lot of flowers. I'm feeling like mainly like rose bushes. And maybe like some sort of like water, like a fountain, or a creek, or something like that. Okay, why is the standing stone here for the Divine Masculine? We have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And they both came out in the reverse. So it feels like there's a delay. It feels like there's a delay. It could have something to do with the healing. It could have something to do with this Devil. You know, because I'm hiding the Devil. Because I'm trying to, you know, get that energy out, but it's still there, you know. So, what's this delay? The Four of Swords, yeah. It's a healing. There's a healing going on here. I feel like the Divine Masculine's working through something. Whether this is like third-party energy, karmic energy, it could be like a lot of different things, honestly. It could be something to do with work. For some of the Divine Masculines, it feels like there's a... you could be like stuck in cycles too. You could feel stuck where you are. You feel stuck at your job for some. I'm also feeling like there's like angels. Like on both of the lovers cards, there's an angel. And then there's the Devil, which is the Devil, but he's a fallen angel. So we've got like two angels. Wait, I did that wrong. So there's something here about you guys could have different faiths or religious beliefs. That might not be applicable for everybody. And that was an interesting message. But anyway. I feel like the Divine Masculine's healing. He's trying to work through something, trying to get out of some like choppy waters. Move towards better horizons, move towards a star. You know, the star energy. Manifesting, healing. Not manifesting, well, maybe manifesting. Healing, a lot of healing. Balancing. It's like, I don't know, it just feels cleansing. And with the Four of Swords being here, there's a rest that's needed, you know. And Divine Feminines understand. For a lot of the Divine Feminines, I feel like we've gone through, Divine Feminines could have already gone through what it is that the Divine Masculine is going through right now. It doesn't necessarily, have to be exactly the same thing, but it's like the same type of energy, you know. And so like you can kind of like understand, and that could be why the Divine Feminine is pulling her energy back right now too, is because like she could know. Like, yeah, you're healing. I've been there. I know. I get it. You're gonna need some Four Swords for a little bit, because because you will. So right now she's focusing on herself and doing her own thing, manifesting new cycles. Why is the Page of Swords here? There's a lot of air energy coming out too here in this reading. The Four of Wands again. Sorry, I was holding that way off. The Four of Wands again. Why the Four of Wands? Clarify. That almost hit me in the face. The Moon. The Moon. I feel like there's a very strong moon association with the Divine Feminine. We have the Wheel of the Year at the bottom of the deck, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Six of Wands, Page of Cups, the Fool. There's a lot of really nice things coming in here, Divine Feminine. I feel like you're keeping things on the DL, to be honest. For a lot of you, I think you're keeping things like pretty discreet. You're very selective on who you allow in your inner circle, who you allow to know what it is that's going on in your life. You might even be like really selective on just like any information that you give to people. And it could only be about like with certain people. You're very much trusting your intuition, and it feels like you might not be telling a lot of people about the healing work that you've been going through. For some, there are new cycle. There's good things coming. Divine Feminine. All right, Divine Masculine. What is this Eight of Pentacles here? Why is the Ace of Pentacles for the Divine Masculine? Justice and the Ace of Wands. Wow. So, there's karmic justice here as well. And then the Ace of Wands, that's passionate, creative, new beginnings. It feels like that's a heart chakra clearing. Okay, so the Divine Feminine's been working on her throat chakra, and the Divine Masculine's been working on his heart chakra. That's interesting. This could be, the feminine could be working on her heart as well as the throat, and the same thing with the masculine. But I'm picking up on that. Four of Wands and the King of Wands. There's a lot of passion here, a lot of creativity. I feel like, and it's interesting, because the masculine started off as the King of Pentacles, where he was in this stuck energy, looking down, looking at his pentacles, not looking around at his kingdom. And now we've got this King of Wands here who's like sitting upright. He's like very focused. He's like, I'm determined. I know what I'm going to do. I'm decisive. I made my choice. I've cleared away all those vines. I burned away all those vines that were holding me down. I have transformed, because we've got this like lizard here. That's nice. I think that's a really powerful way to end the reading, or to end that. And again, it feels very much like we've ended the feminine with a feminine energy card, and the masculine with a masculine energy card. So yeah, let's move on to the oracle cards. So I did actually get, I did pull some messages for, but I'm not going to do those, because I had pulled those when I had, with the intention of this reading being for the Divine Feminine. So they were messages for the Divine Feminines from the Divine Masculines. I'm not going to read them. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I don't feel like it's going to be accurate. I don't feel like this reading has ended the way that it originally started. So you're probably really confused when you clicked into the beginning because I'm sure the title is going to say something different than what I started off saying in the beginning. I am going to stick with the oracle cards though, because these are collective messages, and I think that it would be very useful for either the feminine or the masculine, whatever it is that you identify or resonate with. Okay, so we're going to start off with the animal. With the, oh my gosh, words. I just completely went blank. The animal spirit. We're going to get a message from the animal spirit world. And there's like something on this card and it really bothers me. But now that I'm looking at it, it kind of like, I'm wondering if it's supposed to be on the card. And it's like flames. So you got the fox. It's clever. And I don't know if you can see like on this fox right here, there's like red stuff on its nose. But I'm wondering if it's supposed to be like flames, like it's like a fire fox or something. So fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. I got butterflies when I read that. I was not expecting that from that card. And again, I feel like that clarifies that this is for both the feminines and the masculines. So let's get the inner effing peace oracles. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Not only does it help the channel's growth, but it does help the video get out to more people who may need to hear the message as well. But yeah, these cards do have swear words in them. I will not be saying the swear words, but you can read them. Sorry if that offends you. It's not meant to be offensive. They are very good advice cards, and I just really like them. I just really like this deck a lot. So the first one we have is Carpe Effing Diem. I had pulled this card for one of my Instagram mini readings. I think it was like last week or earlier in the week. So, yeah. On the back of the card, it says YOLO. I forgot where I was going with that. So that's why I kind of just stopped talking. So it says seeking cosmic consciousness. That was hard to say. Seeking cosmic consciousness. Just kidding, but seriously though. I feel like that's for the divine feminine. I mean, the divine masculine could be too, but I feel like really the divine feminine's really more in the spiritual, not realm, maybe realm, but like more of like in the spiritual side of the healing. You know, for the masculine, it feels more, and you know, I feels like too that with the feminine, the feminine could have been healing was more of, you know, like the spiritual and the emotional, like working through that shadow work, the healing childhood wounds, past traumas, whatever the case may be, you know, like healing those, mothering yourself, you know, that type of work. And it's possible that the masculine is doing that too. But it does feel like with the masculine, it's more of a 3D realm type of a healing, like having to do with money or like their home or their like location, karmic partners, could be family members, friends. It's in the 3D. It's tangible. You know, it's something you can pick up and you can hold. Whereas like with the feminine, it was something more of like, you know, in the intangible. I hope that made sense. You know, and like I said, you know, that doesn't have to be the case. It's possible, you know, that the feminine dealt with things in the 3D as well, and then the masculine in the 5D, but, you know, it doesn't have to be. So the last one we have is take a deep breath and let your F's go. Again, I really feel like that is a lot for the divine feminine, but both. Who needs to give one when you can release them all? So it feels like for the divine feminine, this is like a releasing of holding on to it's like a holding on to the outcome almost. For some, it could be like holding on to the connection. You know, I know that there are a lot of a lot on the twin flame journey who choose to walk away from, you know, the twin, and that's fine. Everybody has their own path, you know. There's still healing that goes on, regardless of that. But you know, that could be applicable for some, you know, with this is you know, you've chosen to not participate in the twin flame connection in the 3D, and maybe, you know, move it on with like a soulmate sort of a connection, which, you know, twin flame connections can be very difficult. They can be very hard. They're not for the weak-hearted, and soulmate connections can be a lot easier, you know. So neither is wrong or right. I'm just saying, you know, there could be that could be what with this divine feminine here. Yeah. And then for the masculine, it's like whatever it is that he's been holding on to in the 3D is what, you know, he, I think, is working on letting go of, because, you know, it's pretty stuck. And then he's gone. So we'll see. Let's get some light worker messages. You do not need to resonate with being a light worker for these messages to be applicable. But if you do resonate with being a light worker, all the more. The first one we have is initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This was also something that was pulled in a mini reading I did on my Instagram just the other day, I believe. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. I feel like that is the divine masculine. Honestly, I feel like the divine masculine is being pretty serious. The King of Pentacles can be pretty serious, you know? And earth signs in general, like, earth signs can be pretty serious. I'm a Taurus sun. So, yeah, like, you know, sometimes you get stuck in the... the seriousness of life when you are an earth sign. But anyway, yeah. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? Hello, twin flames. Mirroring, who or what is triggering you? Your twin. Sorry. That's what you signed up for. Life is fun. All right, let's do the starseed oracles. Again, you don't need to resonate with being a starseed for these messages to be applicable. The first one we have is freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. That is definitely for both. And, you know, you don't need to resonate with being a twin flame either for these messages to be applicable. You can resonate with whatever it is that you choose to resonate with. But yeah. Next we have fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Yeah, especially with what this divine feminine's got going on. I love it. Truth. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. I love that. I love that. I feel like this one could be for the masculines. And then we have gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Yes, an attitude of gratitude. All right, we're going to get some divine doors. So the first one we have is this one. Yeah, that one. It says, bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. That's interesting because I was actually thinking that I needed to, I was thinking cleanse the air or something like that earlier. So I think that cleansing, you know, cleansing the space, cleansing the energy, cleansing your air, cleansing the air, you know, whatever cleansing, you know, routines or rituals or whatever it is that you do, I think could be pretty beneficial, especially with this full moon coming up. Next, we have this one, this door, and it says, Divine Guardian, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Pass this card on. Yup. Trust the process. Trust the process. Divine guidance. Baby. Sorry, I just felt like saying that. Okay, we're going to end with the Soul Truths Tarot. If you are doing shadow work or you enjoy journaling, these can be some pretty good shadow work and journaling prompts. If you don't do that, that's fine. These are just good, like, what am I thinking of? Like, make you think. They're just good. It's a good deck. Good messages. So we have, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? And I was saying that I was picking up on some feelings of anxiety and like frustration, possibly even like anger. So I don't know like if that's coming from the feminine or the masculine. It could be coming from both. But I was picking up on that. So there could be some like emotions, some heightened emotions, especially with the full moon. It's normal, I think, with the full moon, for emotions to be heightened. But it feels like there could also be like a lot of like releasing going on here, like a real big chance for both the feminines and the masculines and the collective and the planet as a whole to really work on, healing and cleansing and letting go of the heavier emotions, the ones that weigh us down a little bit more, Okay, so the back of the card, it says, how do you feel your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? Interesting. Pretty sure that I said a few of those, didn't I? Anyway. We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Today's soul action. Lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? Think about that. Let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it. So let's say that you want to feel appreciated. Do you have to achieve something to feel appreciated? Or can you just feel the feeling of being appreciated? Just because that feeling is there, because you have the ability to choose which emotions you want to feel at any time. That's just an example. Maybe it'll be different for you. If you have any other examples, any other advice, insight onto that, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. I love hearing from all of you. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that it was helpful and that it resonated. Again, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the channel's growth and helps me be able to keep doing these things that I'm doing. That's all that I have, you guys. I hope you have a great day or night or whenever it is that you are tuning into this, and I will see you in the next one.